Let me explain why Pi Network's multi-asset ledger announcement is the most underreported story in crypto right now. Most blockchains can only handle one type of asset natively. Bitcoin handles Bitcoin. Ethereum handles Ethereum and ERC20 tokens, but with massive gas fees and scalability issues. Every other blockchain forces users to bridge assets back and forth, creating friction, costs, and security risk. Pi Network just eliminated all of that with one upgrade. Their multi-asset ledger can natively support P-Coin, stablecoins like USDC and USDT, wrapped Bitcoin and Ethereum, and unlimited application-specific tokens, all within a single wallet interface that 50 million users already have installed. But here's what makes this revolutionary. This isn't just technical compatibility, this is economic warfare against the entire existing DeFi ecosystem. Think about it. Why would you pay $50 in Ethereum gas fees to swap tokens on Uniswap when you can do the same trade instantly, and for pennies on Pi Network? Why would you manage 5 different wallets for different assets when Pi handles everything? So, Pi Network just became the first blockchain capable of absorbing the liquidity, users, and functionality of every other major protocol. That's a pretty big deal, honestly. The DEX killer strategy nobody saw coming. Here's where Pi Network's strategy gets absolutely brilliant, and well, kind of terrifying for existing platforms. Every decentralized exchange relies on users bringing assets from different blockchains, creating liquidity pools, and paying hefty fees for the privilege. Uniswap, SushiSwap, PancakeSwap, they're all intermediaries extracting value from users who just want to trade assets. Network's multi-asset ledger eliminates the need for these intermediaries entirely. Pretty wild, right? With native support for wrapped Bitcoin, Ethereum, stablecoins, and custom tokens, developers can, build DEX directly into the Pi ecosystem. No bridging, no external dependencies, no interoperability headache. But the real genius? Pi Network's 50 million existing users become instant liquidity providers. They don't need to learn new interfaces, install new wallets, or navigate complex DeFi protocols. They just open their Pi app and start trading. This isn't just competition, it's absorption. Pi Network is positioning to swallow the entire DEX market by offering a superior user experience with their existing massive user base. And that's just the beginning of their master plan. Before we dive into how this multi-asset capability could trigger the largest crypto migration in history, and trust me, the merchant integration strategy they're revealing will blow your mind. Smash that like button if you're seeing how Pi Network is playing chess while everyone else plays checkers, and subscribe to TJ Crypto World for the strategic analysis that crypto's biggest players don't want you to understand. Now let me show you the merchant ecosystem strategy that could change global commerce forever. The merchant revolution that threatens traditional finance is, well, quietly unfolding. While crypto Twitter is busy debating which meme coin will pump next, Pi Network is actually building the payment infrastructure that could, replace Visa and Mastercard. So, here's the scenario they're creating. A merchant can accept P-Coin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDC, or even any custom loyalty token, all processed through the same Pi wallet interface. Customers get to choose their preferred payment method, settlements happen instantly, and yeah, the fees are minimal. But honestly, the strategic brilliance goes even deeper. Merchants can create their own application tokens for loyalty programs, reward systems, and customer engagement, all managed right within the Pi ecosystem. So imagine for a second, Starbucks issuing their own token that customers can earn with purchases, trade with other tokens, and use across the entire Pi merchant network. Or, airlines creating frequent flyer tokens that can be swapped for hotel rewards or even retail purchases. This isn't just payment processing, it's actually the tokenization of global commerce. And here's why this absolutely terrifies traditional payment processors. Pi Network's multi-asset ledger. It eliminates the need for banks, payment processors, currency exchanges, and loyalty program administrators. One system, seriously, it handles everything. So, the most explosive opportunity for Pi Network honestly lies in developer adoption, and well, the multi-asset ledger just opened the floodgates. Developers can now build applications that handle multiple asset types natively. Imagine gaming platforms with in-game currencies that can actually be traded for real value. Or social apps with tipping systems powered by stablecoins. Even governance platforms where voting tokens have real liquidity are now possible. The key advantage? Developers don't have to worry about building complex multi-chain integrations or managing bridge protocols anymore. Everything just runs natively on Pi Network, with access to, 50 million users. This creates a developer incentive structure that could trigger a massive migration from Ethereum. I mean, why build on a platform with high fees, scaling issues, and complex multi-chain requirements when Pi offers a simpler solution with a larger built-in user base. The real game changer is honestly the network effects. As more developers build multi-asset applications, more assets migrate to Pi network. And as more assets arrive, more users follow. As the user base grows, more developers are attracted too. Pi Network just created a flywheel that could absorb talent, assets, and users from across the entire Web3 ecosystem. The Testnet to Mainnet strategy that changes everything. So, here's why Pi Network's testnet approach to multi-asset implementation is, honestly, strategically brilliant. Most blockchains, they launch features directly to Mainnet and just hope they work under real-world conditions. But Pi Network is stress testing their multi-asset ledger with real users, real transactions, and genuine developer feedback before unleashing it on their massive Mainnet user base. This means that when multi-asset functionality goes live, it won't be some experiment. It'll be a battle-tested system that's actually ready to handle institutional-level transaction volume. But, the timing really reveals their true strategy. While other blockchains are still struggling with scaling issues and interoperability problems, Pi Network is set to launch Mainnet with native multi-asset support that just, simply works. This, honestly, positions them to capture the next wave of crypto adoption, those users who want functionality without all the complexity, utility, without any friction, and access to all major assets without having to manage multiple wallets. The testnet phase also gives them the chance to refine security protocols, optimize transaction speeds, and perfect the user experience before they go head-to-head with Ethereum and other established platforms. When Pi Network's Mainnet launches with mature multi-asset capabilities, they're going to be competing not as a newcomer, but as a superior alternative. If this deep dive into Pi Network's multi-asset revolution opened your eyes to the seismic shift happening beneath the surface of crypto, here's what I need you to do. Hit that like button. It tells YouTube that strategic blockchain analysis matters more than price predictions and meme coin hype. And honestly, it helps us reach investors who want to understand the next generation of crypto infrastructure. Subscribe to TJ Crypto World and ring that notification bell. We're the only channel tracking the technological breakthroughs that will reshape the entire cryptocurrency landscape before they even hit mainstream awareness. And hey, comment below. Do you think Pi Network's multi-asset ledger could trigger a mass migration from Ethereum and other platforms? Or are the network effects of existing blockchains just too strong? Your analysis really shapes our future investigations. Thank you for joining this investigation into Pi Network's most underreported but potentially most consequential upgrade. Your engagement, technical insights, and strategic discussions make this community, honestly, the smartest place for next-generation blockchain analysis. If Pi Network's multi-asset strategy fascinated you, you'll be absolutely amazed by my recent investigation into how Solana is secretly building the infrastructure to absorb all of Web3's transaction volume, including, get this, partnerships with traditional finance that haven't even been announced yet. Click the video appearing on your screen now for exclusive analysis that could predict the next major blockchain winner. Remember, the most significant developments in crypto happen quietly, while everyone's distracted by market movements and social media drama. Our job is to identify the infrastructure breakthroughs that will define the next decade of decentralized technology. So keep exploring the technology that matters, keep questioning the obvious narratives, and definitely keep building your understanding of the platforms that will actually power Web3's future. This is TJ Crypto World, and I'll see you in the next breakthrough investigation. Rocket emoji.